Yo, what's up? Not important here, and today we're here for Q&A episode 2. So, I'm just gonna do this uber. Oh, crap, I moved my mic. So, I'm just gonna do this uber casually, and I'm just gonna answer everyone's questions that appeared since episode 1, and then we're just gonna, I guess, leave at that. So, first, let's go over the video, see what questions was left here. 9. Okay, straight up, I just told this dude no, because I'm not scaling Genshin Impact, frankly, ever. Potential Anos versus Crota matchup. Yeah, it's like I said to him, I can probably get with Master Reaper, him and I can probably talk about it. He'll probably agree that Crota wins for some reason or another, but who knows, we'll just have to see how that would go if I talk to Master Reaper about it. Let's see, Cosmology video, yeah, actually, I'm gonna heart that. The problem is the entire cosmology, I'd have to go and like make separate videos on specific parts of the cosmology to go in depth on Destiny cosmology, so that when I eventually made the video, I'd have a bunch of shit to link to the video, so that like I could cover the entire cosmology in its own video, while I could have like the scans and everything covered in other videos. So don't worry, I'm still going over the Destiny cosmology. I'm just going over it in parts, because I'm not gonna do the whole thing in one go, because it's literally just too much. On the other hand, though, Krimbus did do that complete Garo skill, so who knows. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this is where the questions in the Discord start. Why do I have a handsome voice? I don't know. That sounds a little odd. I'm not gonna pretend that I know why I do. Just genetics? I don't know. Thoughts on Atman? I don't know about that either. I don't really know much about that stuff on the internet. That's probably not really a question I can answer. I have to scratch that. I don't even know how to answer that. So that's question 2 from Ghost. Question 3. How far do I think Scarlet King gets into Destinyverse? Okay, so um, I'm not fully positive about it. I'd have to go and do some more research on the subject. But from what I found out so far, uh, the Scarlet King seems to be around the Rolk territory. Like from like the Oryx to Rolk territory. That seems to be a good spot for Scarlet King. 'Cause see, Scarlet King is like middle of his verse, so is Oryx. So, um, so it kind of just depends. Like I'd have to actually go and make a fully fleshed out video collab with Crimbus or someone else to like get a specific answer. But spitballing the Oryx area to like Rolk seems to be the best place to put him. Who is my favorite Destiny character? Saint 14. He talks all the shit. What's my thoughts on Cosmic and Just Jay's arguments for Dragon Ball? I think you saw my debate. That's all I gotta say about it. Could you any? I'm sorry. Could you argue any Guardian to Hyperversal or no? Let's see. Let's think. New Lights, Fire Teams. Let's see. I mean, maybe. I mean, the Fire Team is able to take on Atheon. Is able to take hits by themselves. So maybe. I mean, I think you can get away with arguing any Guardian high hyperversal depending on the context. So, so probably. What do you think about people who say Destiny lore is just full of exaggerated statements and hyperbole? Okay, so first off, those are the same people who say it stuff about Marvel and DC. They're the same people who say it stuff about SCP. They're the same people who say that stuff about a lot of other fictional universes. Not only that, but I can also just make the argument from the Demiurge after I make arguments for like every other verse having conceptual hacks, and then having the scans on me to show that they all have conceptual hacks. Same with narrative shit. So all I gotta say is watch my content and watch content I release in the future because I cover a lot on Destiny. Destiny is pretty much the channel bread and butter besides whatever else I want to do. And so if they think Destiny is full of hot air, I mean it's their opinion. That's all I can say, man. It's just if they want to come, have a debate on it, that's why I leave the Discord open. Just don't be a piece of shit, and you're good. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Question 8 from Ghost again. Have I read anything from Niche? Uh, Not yet. I'm not there yet on the philosophy readings I'm doing. I know Niche talked about what was it? The death of God? Like the idea of God because something like Hitler would be a thing, and lo and behold, that was the thing. So, um, Niche is someone I'm very excited to read about, so I'm probably gonna move him up on the list actually. What is my favorite versus skill besides Destiny? Well, I always have fun scaling RoboCop. I always have fun scaling Terminator. Uh, but right now, probably JoJo. So that's question 9 from Master Reaper. Question 10 from Suppa Green Bay. How would I explain the Demiurge in Destiny during a debate? Because some people think it's headcanon. So first, here's the problem with the Demiurge. The Demiurge is side evidence. You can't use it as primary evidence. What I mean by this is that you have to drop feats for the Vex having conceptual narrative stuff, uh, the Woken having conceptual narrative stuff, the Guardians having conceptual narrative stuff, the Hive having conceptual narrative stuff, scaling the Cabal to them, and then after that, when you establish enough of a consistency, that's when you can talk about the Demiurge. Because the problem is, in a lot of fictional universes, Destiny included, there's a hierarchy of evidence. And the problem is, in the hierarchy of evidence, the Demiurge statement is actually a lot lower in the hierarchy than what people think. The Demiurge just explains like all the shit we're already seeing. It's like, hey, we're seeing these dudes apparently being able to destroy concepts and be able to mess with narratives. So then the Demiurge scan says, saying, well, they can all do that because they all have that kind of built different energy. So, um, it's like, oh, I see, right? Because the problem is, it's like you have to use the Demiurge to explain what you already shown previously. That's how you use the Demiurge in a debate. Otherwise, people can just argue it as just bullshit or wank. So that is question 10 from Suppa Green Bay. Question 11 from Graviton Lance. Would you agree Graviton Lance has UNAP because black holes have universes inside them? Let's see. For specifically Destiny's case, fuck it. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could definitely get away with it. It's literally saying like higher dimensional black holes or like time and space manip on like a very strong degree. So you could probably argue like far higher actually for Graviton Lance. Like let's see, Graviton Lance technically would scale above a bunch of legendary weapons. And like a bunch of those legendary weapons have like a bunch of really strong hacks that are like also planet level and like scale. Like, stasis weapons and whatnot. So, it wouldn't surprise me if like Graviton Lance just was falling universal or higher. So, that's question 11 from Graviton Lance. Question 12 from Cosmo Jair. I'm not gonna try to butcher his name any more than I already did. So hypothetically, what's the maximum amount of power scaling wank you could get away with? Could you attribute to Destiny characters? So let me put it to you this way. On one hand, I don't know how strong Destiny is fully. That's part of the problem I'm having right now with saying how strong Destiny is. I don't know how strong it is fully. I'm just power scaling a bunch of characters. Destiny characters happen to be strong as like other characters from like other series. So like I think it's cool. So like I'm still kind of trying to find where Destiny scales at, personally. So that's I guess part one of the answer. Part two is that I'll put it to you like this. Oryx is like top 10 level, scratch that like top 8 level or so, and like mid tier. Bro, you could probably get away with Paraverse Oryx soloing Lightfall, depending on the version of Paraverse Oryx you argued at the time. Like, straight up. I'm not kidding you. You could probably argue Lightfall being soloed by Paraverse Oryx, depending on the context. So, uh, all I can say is that if I can do it with orcs of all characters, imagine what I could do with Rolk or like a Paraverse version of the Witness. Um, mind you, that's sound. So if we want to get into the purely theoretical stuff, it's a lot. Not gonna lie, it's a lot. So that's to answer your question. For the last question of the video, from Cool Kid Moon, Einsoff would be now, regardless of what you want to say about Shido, he's in her tier, so he's still hurting her regardless. But whether or not you want to say he's equal or he's stronger, that's the debate. Otherwise, I'd say Shido is definitely within her ballpark. He's definitely within swinging distance, that's for sure. So, let's see how many questions was that for this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What is it? Okay. 14, 15, 16. Okay, so listen, fellas. Y'all can literally ask up to like 5 questions. So, uh, it's cool if you have just the one you want to know about, but like, listen, if you have more than one question, ask away. Like, this is what this series is for. This is some uber casual stuff, and where I go and answer a lot of questions for y'all. So, please go ahead and leave all the questions you want, and I'll answer them. So, anyway, that's it for this video of Q&A. When next Friday rolls by, I'll go and do another Q&A episode. And, remember, you can always ask up to 5 questions. It's all good. Anyway, so my name is Nothing Important here. I'll see y'all later, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. So catch y'all later. Again, crap, I'm bad at this. Bye.